Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is William Heineman, your host, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their business or they just screw things up. So we have one coming from you from Guerrilla Publishing. He does an awesome job of getting to the bottom of issues when it comes to law enforcement, corrupt mayors, corrupt city councils. He's been doing this for quite a while in the Midwest, and he is quite ferocious, and likely so. And he tries to look at things as a publisher, so he's trying to find both sides. Sometimes he's not allowed to because it's just so blatant that you'll see what I mean here shortly. Hey, do me a favor, guys. Go over to Guerrilla Publishing. Check him out. I think you'll like him. Subscribe. Tell him I sent you guys over there. James Freeman's in this one. Send a like to James Freeman if you would. Tell him I sent you. Check out his channel. Subscribe to him. And, hey, guys, thank you so much. I'm at 185 subscribers. I'm trying to get to to 1,200. I'm at 1,185 now. So with your help, maybe you guys can get me there. I appreciate it very much. Also, the bell icon tells you when I put out a new video. The thumbs up, thumbs down says how I do. Hit the like and share because it helps my algorithms, and leave me a comment. Okay, so with this being said, this police chief is yeah, he's out of Mississippi, and he was in charge of the Goon Squad, an appropriate name in it. And the people of the Goon Squad got anywhere between 15 and 45 years in prison. And this clown's still walking around. So, not for long, but let's check it out. It's a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, again, because somebody doesn't know the law. There's a spot in here where the police chief does an interview and says that he's responsible, and just because he has a badge doesn't mean it's a get out of free card, which is all bull, because these sovereign citizens never want to go to jail. But they do, and we're slowly winning that, so we'll keep at it. So anyway, guys, here, let's get on with the video, and this is, like I said, from Guerrilla Publishing.
Put your hands behind your back.
We recently went down to Mississippi to follow up on Ron's unlawful arrest by an officer in Lexington named Scott Walters. While in town, we kept receiving reports and complaints about a cop just down the road in Pearl, Mississippi. Nick McClendon, the officer in question, was also the chief of many of these officers who are part of the Mississippi Goon Squad.
In the last hour, 6 former Mississippi officers were sentenced to 15 to 45 years in prison on state charges in the assault and torture of 2 black men.
So Ron, James, and I decided to go down there and see if we could get more information on McClendon and the department's alleged corrupt police practices. Once we all headed in there, James Freeman and I went and talked to the court clerk, while Ron went down the hallway to talk to the mayor's assistant to see if he could get an interview and an open records request. What started as a simple conversation eventually turned into a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, including First Amendment violations, HIPAA violations, kidnapping, and stalking. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello. How do I do an open records request here for the city?
Clerk's office.
Where's the clerk's office?
The next door.
Next door. Thank you, ma'am. How are you today?
Good.
After dealing with his request for the court clerk, Ron goes back to that office to see if he can find the mayor to ask him a few questions. However, the mayor's assistant was not happy about that.
This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this, start eating more of these.
No, excuse me. Get out of there.
Why would I do that? What's over here? Is that the mayor's office? Oh, that's very cool. Why would you tell me to get out of there?
Because it's not for you to be in.
Why not? It's open. Ma'am, it's open, right? Did I miss something? The door's open, right? Just wanted to sit here and have a nice conversation with you.
I don't need a conversation.
So while Ron's asking to schedule an interview with the mayor, the assistant does not like being on film, and she decides to run and go get Police Chief Nick McClendon.
Ma'am, why did you run away? Why did you do that?
Listen, man, ain't nobody running away.
No, I sat down and she didn't want to have a conversation. It doesn't say that.
It don't matter what it says, man. Look
It
at this.
has to
It's
say,
kind. Come
it
back
has
here.
to say restricted access area, authorized personnel only. It's an open door otherwise. It's an open door. I don't care about a resolution.
If you don't have any
I don't care
official
about
business
that.
here,
I have
you
official
can-
business. I'm trying to do an open
This
records
is what
request.
she says.
You have to say, so
Do
I
an
don't need to
open
listen.
request.
I don't need to listen.
Yes, you do.
You need to put an authorized personnel only sign on that door. Do you understand?
Do you have official business?
I do have official business.
You're not going to observe.
Yes, I am,
if
sir.
You're here for official business.
I am for official business. I'm an investigative reporter working on a story.
That's not
Can you get your supervisor?
Where are your credentials?
Ma'am, who issues credentials in the United States of America? What entity
Where
and
are your
agency?
credentials?
What entity and agency
Have you
issues
identified
credentials?
yourself to
I
anyone
don't
here
have
today?
to. I
Okay.
don't have to, ma'am. I'm a United States citizen.
Business, you got to leave.
Is it under threat of arrest?
Refuse to sign.
All you have to do is say under threat of arrest.
He refused to sign in.
I didn't ask. Nobody asked me to sign in.
Are you here for official business?
I am. If you tell me
What's
to
your
leave under
official
threat of,
business?
I don't have to tell you, sir. Stop asking me questions. You're a law enforcement officer. I'll take the fifth. Have a good day.
Okay.
Okay.
I need you to exit here.
Is it under threat of arrest?
I need you to exit.
If it's a lawful order under threat of arrest, I'm happy to leave.
I need you to leave here.
Is it a request or an order under threat of arrest?
It's an order. What are you talking about?
It's an order?
I need you to leave here.
Is it an order?
Yes, you're
Okay,
not
great.
here for any official business.
No, you're making that decision. Can you
Thank
identify
you.
yourself for me?
I'm the chief of police,
What's your name?
Nick McClendon.
This is when Ron and McClendon head out into the hallway where McClendon states clearly that he's allowed to be filming out in the hallway. Only to then turn around and go solicit a complaint just because he does not like Ron's freedom of speech.
You tell me I can't be here either?
No, you can be out here in a public area all you want.
This doesn't say, this does not, you see how it does? It
This-
does. I'm trying to explain something. Let me educate you.
There's places
Yes,
in
I
a
understand
building.
this. Yes, sir, I agree with you. But those places are behind locked doors, correct?
Some of them are, some of them are not. You can't just.
Or
go
you,
off.
yes, you can. If it doesn't say, I'm telling you the law, sir.
You
Let
go
me
to your own
educate you.
bathroom?
No, sir, that's a girl's restroom.
Does it say authorized?
Don't have
restricted
to.
on?
Don't have to. The courts have said that you can do that. This is a public area that's publicly accessible. I'm telling you that the Mississippi circuits have also decided that I can do that.
Well,
and you've
regard-
just infringed on my rights.
Regardless.
In order to restrict the public's access to certain areas of public buildings, they are required to have some sort of signage or locks put in place to let the public know that they are not allowed in a certain area. I shouldn't be able to be arrested just for walking into an open door with no signage.
Regardless of what you think, we enacted a new policy.
I don't
here.
care about your policy. Your
okay.
policy doesn't trump the
They're
Constitution.
asking you to leave. You're not here for a business.
Are you
said
telling?
wanted
If you're
a-
telling me to leave under threat of arrest, I'll leave.
I'm asking you to do your business. You said you wanted to
You
file
just
a
interrupted
FOIA
me
request.
doing my business.
That's not business.
That is business.
That is not
That is
business.
business.
No, you're
It's none of
disrupting
your
her
business
peace.
what my business is.
You're
You
disrupting
don't
her
get to
peace.
decide what that is. Right? How do you get to decide?
You want to sign charge on them? Okay. Put your hands behind your back.
Yes, sir.
Now it's at this point I realize Ron is being arrested, and I go around to try to figure out where he is. Now when I finally do find him, around 15 minutes later, I call James, we go outside, and the cops have him waiting out there for at least 45 minutes since I went out there. And I know roughly from the timestamps of these videos, he was out there at least another 10 minutes beforehand. So he was out there maybe 55 minutes in the heat. It's like 90 something degrees out here. And as many of you know, Ron has heart issues. And so the longer he's waiting out there, the worse his heart issues become. And they're just waiting for this judge to issue a warrant, which they can't do. This would be a prolonged stop. They cannot hold somebody for that long to try to get a warrant.
Guess what? We got an OR form. We will OR you, medically OR you, let
Right.
you go get treatment, and then we'll take you back to jail.
Okay. I'm not going to medically OR and take me back to jail. I won't medically OR.
No, you just don't want to go to jail.
I don't want to go to jail.
Well,
Sure.
you chose it.
I didn't choose any
Okay.
sir. You're choosing it.
I'm not choosing it.
do public records
I
request.
know.
The
I'm
judge.
sorry.
The
I'm
judge.
sorry.
You chose
Right now,
to
you're,
do it in public.
right now you're
I can't believe you did
detaining me
that.
for longer than necessary for an investigation, sir.
So Ron's out here with heart issues, dying in the heat, sweating. They won't let him sit in the shade. He's out there in the sunlight. And so eventually, one of our viewers calls an ambulance.
Okay. I know. I know. I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to stop it here. One of the viewers called the ambulance. It's not the law enforcement that supposedly arrested him. They called? Are you kidding me? How inept can you be as an officer? You have a person that you're holding in custody in the heat with heart problems. God, these lowlifes never end.
Ron gets checked out, gets some meds, still not feeling well, but comes back out of the ambulance and is ready to get arrested because he wanted to get the arrest out of the way. And so at this point, he's been out there for a long time. He's stressed out from being arrested. McClendon's mocking him. And so eventually he goes back to the ambulance and we head off to the hospital. Now you would think this is where the story ends. He goes to the hospital, gets out, goes to jail, gets processed, and that'd be it, right? But no, this is where the story really starts. Because before Ron goes to the hospital, they decide to unarrest him because they don't want to pay his hospital bills. Now that in and of itself would be fine, except they had 2 officers following him through the hospital while he's not under arrest. The doctors were letting them do it, and so he was being stalked, harassed, and followed through the hospital, violating HIPAA laws, causing him more stress, worsening his heart issues, making him be in the hospital longer, just for when he finally gets out, to then be arrested outside of Pearl's jurisdiction where they can't even legally arrest, and have to pay for all of his medical bills for the damage the police department caused. It's not a whole lot of video because he was in the hospital, but here's a bit of it.
Yes, sir. Oh, I can't. Let me see. I can try. Yeah, I can do it.
I'll walk up there. I'm just right outside the yard. Okay. I'll meet you. All right, man.
They even informed the cops of his medical issues and private medical information while all of this was going on. And the judge set his bail to $20,000, which is 4 times higher than the highest bail Ron has ever seen for a misdemeanor case in his entire legal career. Here's an interview clip showing just how hypocritical McClendon can be.
When I first started this in 2005, I just wanted to arrest a criminal after a criminal. That's all I wanted to do. There was nothing in me that wanted to help anybody if they were addicted to drugs. It was all about just arrest, and we're going to be professional, and we're going to operate inside the confines of the Constitution. Not only we're going to hold criminals accountable, we're going to hold ourselves accountable. If we mess up, we got to be held accountable. Even if this badge does not give you a get-out-of-jail-free card if you mess up on a criminal level.
Ron just recently...
Now, you notice what he just said? And it's all bull. None of it's true because these scumbag cops don't know how to follow the law. They make up the law because they're sovereign citizens.
Went back to Mississippi to file things and get everything in order, and finished writing his lawsuit asking for $7.5 million in damages, suing Nick McClendon, the officers who stalked him, the city of Pearl, and St. Dominic's Hospital for everything you just saw in this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll have numbers for Pearl down in the description and pinned comments below.
So guys, what do you think? You have a scumbag chief who was part of the goon squad that snuck out of it and became police chief. You have officers who went to prison like they should have, and then you have this clown who is trying to put a silence on guerrilla publishing for speaking the truth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.